Hello everyone, this is Nick Perry with your chart slideshow for Friday, September 22nd. Today I am back to revisit the Internet holders that I first discussed on September 1st. When I looked at this chart earlier this month, we were discussing this zone near 50. Basically, it had been support here and here, and then we saw a breakdown here, and I was discussing it as we saw the retest up into this zone as potential resistance. When we dug into the data behind the ETF, we saw that first of all Google was not a component member, and we also discussed how Yahoo, eBay, and Time Warner made up the bulk of the portfolio. I also noted that the analyst rankings on Yahoo were a particular concern given that it's the most heavily weighted stock in the ETF, and it was very top heavy with buy ratings. When we turn to the current chart to see what happened, we see that that zone near 50 did prove resistance. The HHH bumped into it for a couple of weeks, but now we see a pretty firm resistance. At the time, I said that one of the things that I was looking at was this zone near 45 to hold as support. And right now we're seeing that the ETF is, after getting rejected at 50, is now pulling back towards that zone. If you've been following the sector this week, you probably are already aware of what's been driving it. It was Yahoo. CFO made some concerning comments earlier in the week about their growth, and this sent the stock plunging. As you can see here, this sort of mirrors what we saw in the HHH. Yahoo shows resistance up near 30. The stock had pushed up and tested this area as resistance, couldn't break through, and now these comments about concerning growth come as the stock's testing resistance, and we see a rejection. So now Yahoo is pulled back towards these prior lows near 25. So pulling it all together, what we see is that the holders pushed up into resistance near 50. Yahoo came out with some discouraging news, sent that stock lower, and pulling the internet sector ETF away from potential resistance and back towards support. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on here, is this area near 45. Obviously Yahoo needs to stabilize given that it is a major component of the ETF, but the fact that analysts are top heavy with buy ratings still remains a big concern. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the zone near 45 and resistance at 50 in the coming weeks. Stay tuned to the blog for further updates.